What is up, everyone? Bill Gates, crypto analysis trends. Coming at you today or tonight, wherever you are. It's tonight for me. I never sleep. Another video in our LFG series, or Let's Freakin' Game. So, the focus of this video, and you can always see I always focus the artist, always focus the music. No clickbait titles here, not a reflection on anybody. It's not hard to secret sauce YouTube and get the rewards from that algorithm, but let's do this a different way. We all talk about technology and the bad guys and the algorithms. Let's punish the YouTube algorithm and make titles that don't use clickbait good. So, anywho, I'm gonna link this in the show description. Like usual, the audio, the artist, front and center, because the person's put in the work. I love it, and you should love it too. If you are an EMP emperor or empress, let's not forget the ladies. You want to build your empire. Let's talk about IDOs. IDOs are one of the ways that you can build, a gaming empire. And so this series is going to be quite long. There's a lot to go over in IDOs. This is just going to mainly focus on what is an IDO. An IDO is an initial Dex offering. And so let me go here. CoinGecko, one of the most widely used, underutilized tools in crypto. It's great. I recommend everybody look at it, learn how to use it. But what we're looking at here is top launchpad coins by market capitalization. Now, a lot of these, you see, Radium, is a DEX by itself. They don't do a ton of launches that I know about. This is not an extensive list of IDOs. There are probably hundreds. I wouldn't tell you to focus in on 100 of them. I think you should use one, maybe two. And reputable ones that work. And we're going to go into that in other videos, ones that I use that I think are reputable. But anyway, let's go on. Market cap. We can see, there's a big list here. So what is an IDO, or a launchpad, as CoinGecko likes to call it? Well, an IDO, and then can't speak tonight. An initial Dex offering. You are basically giving money to a company before they get on a DEX, like Uniswap. Unless you're a millionaire, I don't know why you're on the Ethereum network. I focus primarily on the BSC, Solana, Avalanche, Phantom, because everything is affordable. The fees aren't going to kill you, and most everything on those platforms are clones of something on the Ethereum chain, and or there are original titles on the other chains. So I'm not going to BS you and tell you that everything great is on Ethereum and there's nothing good anywhere else. There are literally hundreds of good games that launch on the other chains. So let's get back to the IDO. When you give a company money, so they're going to give you an early allocation to the coins. So let's say that a token, this token A, we'll call it, will launch from Launchpad 123. Launchpad 123, is going to take money from, accept your contribution based on a tiering system They're going to allow you to contribute, a certain amount based on what the token company wants to raise. Usually the market, they want to raise $200,000. So let's say, you have a, you're a baller, crypto guy and or gal, and you go all in on a platform. You got the tier 1 status, so you can donate or contribute 500 BUSD, and the token price pre-launch is going to be 1 cent. Well, when it gets listed, it's probably going to be listed at 1.5 cents, and so you could actually sell out right away for a 50% gain if you received 100% of the allocation, which you don't. They usually spread it out over a couple months, sometimes more. What it's going to allow you to do, though, is get that jump start. So let's get back to it. So the DEX, when it goes to PancakeSwap, for instance, gets listed, they'll list it at 1.5 cents. So you can go and you can look, on DEX Screener, PooCoin, a variety of different Bog Finance. You can use a ton of different screeners to see, when a token is going to launch, what the chart says. But typically you're going to see, an initial bump right away when the coin launches. And, sometimes you can score that easy 10x, 20x, 50x. Sometimes, it rapidly declines in the first 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, but you can still usually come out ahead and cover the amount that you put in, and then wait as that token distribution happens over the next few months, and you get, the rest of your allocation, which is great because if you've recovered your money, everything else there is just gravy. And or profit, however you want to look at it. I like gravy, so I'll say gravy. Anywho, once you have like spare capital from a profitable launch, you can use that for the next launch. So it's important to keep track of these funds, what you're doing with them, when you're going to get a disbursement of that launch token, because they usually 30 days later, 60 days later, 90 days later, 120 days later you get some, but you got to keep track of all that stuff, because in most cases that token that launched up, and like I said, let's say you got it for 1 cent in the pre-sale, the launch initial listing price was 1.5 cents. Let's say it went up to 10 cents. Typically what you see in titles, the token will go down to below or right around what you paid for it in the pre-sale, and it'll stay there usually for a few months. That is how most of the tokens they just chart out, and that's just natural, because there tends to be not enough advertising for that token. There's not enough wallets. There's just not a lot of market activity. So you kind of have to wait for the team to start its marketing campaign, get their social channels built up, sometimes you got to wait for the market to recover. There's a lot of factors. We're going to go into that like in later videos here, but let's just focus kind of on the basic dynamics. So when you how do you find these things? So like I said, here's a page you can start with, the CoinGecko Launchpad section, and you can end up clicking on all these. CoinGecko is amazing. So, you could click on this. This will take you right to the team website. We're not going to look at that because we can get bogged down in the details here, and everybody knows I talk too much. And so, of course, none of this is financial advice. I'm just a random schmo on YouTube who you don't know. I could be an idiot. So I'm just showing you where these things are so that you can look at these things. So you have to MYOC, make your own choices. And so we can see, you know, like I said, there's just a ton of these things. They're all over the place. You can find Telegram groups or call groups that do the same function. But the general idea is, you know, each one of these setups, each one of these launch pads has a tiered system, you know, usually 3 tiers, you know, from very expensive to not expensive at all. And then based on your tiers, you're going to get a different, you know, allocation size when a launch happens. So, you know, how do you know what's launching? Like what exciting titles are out there? Well, this is a pretty, I think it's a good source to look up, you know, active ICO, upcoming, ended, and this ICO drops can give you a really good idea of kind of what's out there, and then you can start perusing, kind of looking. You know, you have to find something that, you know, kind of is interesting to you, so that you're gonna keep up with it. And so it can get a bit daunting, a bit overwhelming. Anybody that's been in crypto for any amount of time knows that there's TMI, there's too much information, not the kind like people say in the real world, but there's just too much to keep up with. There's too much development, which is a great thing. The more you streamline how you look at these things, where you find them, and how you look at all the options out there and consolidate that into something that you can focus in on instead of getting lost in all of this information. Just like the same reason you shouldn't follow and watch videos from 100 YouTubers. You shouldn't follow 100 people on Twitter. You should follow what you're focused on, and that's it. Because there's TMI, there's too much information. You're going to get lost in everything that's going on. Find something that is really interesting to you, and you're going to be able to keep up with it better. So hopefully, you know, that is a fairly, you know, decent explanation about what an IDO is. Back in 2017, they used to call them ICOs, initial coin offerings. For the most part, you know, since the 2016-2017, you know, bull run, a lot of things changed, and Americans were banned from most of these IDO platforms. So you have to find ones that actually allow Americans to participate. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some of those. You know, it's not like I'm telling you to invest in these. I'm just showing you where to look so you can make your own choices, make up your own mind. You know, it's your life. Don't let some idiot tell you what to do. Hopefully that is helpful. If not, you know, tell me what I did wrong in the comment section. If you like the content I'm bringing you, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I see that it doesn't work sometimes. I'm new to this, so I had some settings wrong initially, and I don't know if they're fixed yet, but hopefully, you know, you can hit the bell notification, because I plan on dropping multiple videos every day. They will be related, but you know, they're obviously different because I've been in the space a little while. So like I'm a little bit here, I'm a little bit there, and I find the space interesting, and you know, I want to share what I find with people. And that being said, if you want to come on the channel here and do an interview, an anonymous one or a totally anonymous one, I'd love to have you on and hear your experience with, particular launchpad platforms. I myself, like I said, I do a few. My next video will be on one in particular. I'm going to go over, you know, the pros, the cons, the tier systems, what I look for in an IDO launchpad or platform, and you know, just real simple things that can help you make a better choice. But at the end of the day, crypto is all about MYOC, making your own choices, not DYOR. You know, you have to, you know, make up your own mind. Don't listen to, you know, don't even listen to me. You know, probably stupid to say, but you know, you have to do what is right for you. And nobody can tell you what is right for you other than you. So, like I said, if the stuff is helpful, you know, come back. If it's not helpful, please tell me what I can do better. And I promise you, I will do, you know, the due diligence to fix what I am doing wrong. If you comment, you know, I'm going to respond to you. And I appreciate all of that stuff, as long as it's constructive. And so, that being said, I appreciate you, and wherever you're at in the world, you know, be good. Have a safe, active day. Geez, safe, active. That is terrible. Have a good day. Be productive. Have fun. You know, get out there and hang out in the real world with real people. That's it for me, Bull Gates. Crypto Analysis Trends, the LFG series. Let's freaking game.